Shalom. Shalom. Call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This is the voice of Jacob coming back at you with another video. My name is Brother Gabar Ya'Allah. And Lord willing, this will be edifying and thought-provoking in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I just want to give all praises, all glory, all honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS that I do learn this truth from. To you I say shalom, and shalom unto the hopeful elect. You brothers and you few sisters that are out there, may Yahweh Bahashem Shai be with you. May you continue to be in this ministry. Alright, so yeah, I just have this little article to share with you guys today. I'm not going to go too much into it. Link will be in the description, of course. It says apnews.com. Chicagoans change routines as immigration crackdown looms. Some carry passports and avoid stores. See, so now they got to change it up due to the ICE raids and ICE blitzes that are being enforced. And that's all set up by Donald J. Trump's regime. You know, he set this up. He put this in place, and he's going really hard, man. But you can see this is becoming very draconian, and you're seeing some signs of martial law as well. This is how people function and move when martial law is in effect. So this is what is headed your way, pursuing to Jeremiah the 30th chapter, Jacob's time of trouble, right? And that's what you're going to experience later on. And we're getting real close for Jacob's trouble. We're getting real close, and it's going to be very serious. A lot of people are going to get caught up into Jacob's trouble, and they're going to die, man. But you can see it here. Some carry passports and avoid stores. Sounds very draconian to me. Very heavy, man. Hey, Donald J. Trump is not playing around. He's going to come down with great wrath, knowing that he hath but a short time. That's Revelation 12:12. But this also shows that he is a cruel Lord, man. He is a cruel Lord of Egypt. He ain't playing. So I'm going to read a little bit of the article, and then I'm going to add some precepts. It says, the streets in some of Chicago's liveliest neighborhoods are quiet these days. Public school teachers want online learning for families scared to venture out, and houses of worship are urging people to carry identification everywhere they go. As the nation's third largest city awaits a much-hyped federal intervention, residents are making changes in their daily routines. Yeah, because you have to, man, if you don't want to get caught. And it reminds me of a clip I saw. It was from Elder Karataza, the head of GMS Las Vegas. He posted a video just showing you what the Northern Kingdom is going through. Like ICE now will just show up at your work and do a raid, man. It's a spontaneous blitz. They'll just come and then come to your workplace and shut everything down and start arresting illegal immigrants, man. And there was a video that he played showing an Issacharite. I think she was an Issacharite. She's from the Spanish-speaking tribes. So she's from the Northern Kingdom. And she was hiding in a Hyundai factory where they make the batteries for the Hyundai cars. And she was hiding in there for 6 hours trying to avoid ICE, man, ICE agents. And they made a bunch of arrests, man. They got a bunch of Issacharites and a lot of, they had Moab too. Illegal Koreans. I believe South Koreans were there too. They were there illegally working. And I believe it was one of the employees there. It was an Edomite woman. She reported the illegal workers, right? The illegal immigrants that were working there. Because she also made a statement saying that a lot of them were working for free and they were getting paid very, very low wages. So basically, she didn't really like that. And that isn't right either. Some of them are just working for free. That's slavery, man. That ain't right. But that's what it led to, because she made that report. It led to an ICE raid, man. And that lady was running for her life. The lady that posted the video. So that's what's happening. Hey, and a lot of you Jakes, man, you're going to be in fear in the future. and really your life is going to be on the line. Like I already quoted, Jeremiah 30. I believe that's Jeremiah 30 and 7. Jacob's time of trouble. That's what's coming your way. And during Jacob's trouble, man, there's going to be a lot of plagues you're going to have to avoid. You're going to have to fight for your life, especially when the MOTB comes too. Right, you have to accept that. And if you don't accept that, man, hey, trouble's headed your way. Now, let me just move on. It says here, President Donald Trump has promised Chicago will see a surge in deportations and National Guard troops as he targets Democratic strongholds. While the feeling of being vulnerable isn't new, especially among immigrants, many say this time the fear is deeper and the preparations more drastic. Even Sam Sanchez, a Chicago restaurant owner who voted for Trump, criticized the Republicans' plans for the city. Yeah, and a lot of a lot of the Northern Kingdom, man, they voted Republican, man, which means they voted for Trump, and now he turned against you. Look what's happening. Now he's going against you, huh? Hey, man, that's what you get for trusting in the arm of flesh and trusting in oppression. It bites you. Now it turned around and bit you in the ass. Right, but also the scripture says, going into, I believe, Sirach, the 12th chapter and the 10th verse on down, it tells you, who will pity a charmer that is bitten by the snake, roughly paraphrasing. Right, that's what you get for playing with a snake, man. He's going to bite you eventually, man. Trying to pretend that the snake is your friend. The snake is going to kill you and eat you. That's what he wants to do. And by the way, Donald Trump, he's really a dragon, man. He's a dragon. Dragons are very a dragon is a serpent, which a dragon is very cruel. It's very cunning, and it's very intelligent. Okay, very intelligent, and it's very, very, very very serious. And that's who you're playing with, man. You're playing with a dragon. And now look what's happening here, man. Now you got ICE agents up your ass. Now you got the National Guard coming into Chicago. And you know what that's for. That's to mess up Israel. So, hey, these devils are not your friend, man. Alright, so let me get that. Let's get Sirach. These devils are not your friends. Let's get, I think it's Sirach 12 and 10. Yeah, 12 and 10. We'll start here. Yeah, it says here, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Yeah, he humbled himself and he was saying, yeah, we're going to make America great again. We're not going to put our warriors through any more social experiments. People are going to have jobs. But he wasn't really saying, hey, he's going to kick all you people out. Well, he did say something like that, but he didn't. the way how it's playing out now is not how people expected it to be. This guy. So it says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. So he was always wicked, and he cannot change, man. He's always been rusty, and he'll forever be rusty. He will always be wicked. Verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand. Yeah, because you immigrants, man, you built this place up. You immigrants, man. And they have the audacity to call you an illegal immigrant. They came over here illegally and stole this land. Well, what the hell are they talking about? But yeah, you people built this place up, you illegal immigrants, starting with Judah. Well, really all the tribes, man. You guys had a huge part to play in building up this place. You guys built America. You made what America is today, And yes, that's literal blood, sweat, and tears that was put into this place being built up, man. Yeah, real blood, sweat, and tears, literally. But now he's in the power seat. Right, which he always was, and now he doesn't need you anymore, so now he's going to throw you out because he's bringing in the NWO, right? And he just hates you. That goes back to the perpetual hatred. He hates you, man. So yeah, man, he's going to overthrow you. Yeah, and he doesn't want Israel to rise into power again. Through Yahushua, that is, the elect, right? He stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked wherewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Yeah, you're bound to get bit. You're bound to get sliced up, scratched, mauled, if you play with wild animals, man. And that's Esau Edom, man. Remember, that's Esau Edom. He's a serpent. He's a wild beast. You know what makes him a wild beast? He's lawless. Right? King David spoke on that. I believe the book of Ecclesiastes goes into that too. How the sons of men are nothing but beasts. Right? Really, a beast is lawless, according to Psalm the 73rd chapter. So that's these devils, man. So you're bound to get bit and mauled and eaten by a wild animal, man, because they're lawless. So verse 14, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? And nobody's going to pity if you get bitten. Nobody is. So stop playing with this serpent, man. This guy's the devil. He is a dragon. He ain't playing with you. All right, so now let's go back here. It says they're profiling, he said, of federal agents. My wife and I went to a wedding, and I told my wife, bring your citizenship papers. Yeah, and they're profiling you, which that goes against what is it called, the Constitution, and I believe these different amendments. I'm sorry, I'm not really well versed in American law, on how they term things. But I know that goes against your Constitution. You're not supposed to profile people like that. And a lot of these judges, they're coming out and they're saying that, this is against the Constitution, but the law is backing them. They're allowing these ICE agents to do it. They don't give a shit. So it just shows you, man, Esau Edom, he doesn't even follow his own laws. And you're not free. You're not free over here. You're only free when they tell you that you're free. So now it says slower business traffic. That's another headline. Recent arrests. Some Chicagoans carry passports. Yeah, I'll read this one. It says attorneys and activists have encouraged immigrants to carry documents and share their whereabouts for months. The message has spread recently to U.S. citizens and in the Black and LGBTQ enclaves. Yanni Alcon, 42, says she has started carrying her passport when she leaves her North Side home. Her parents keep their green cards with them. It's just disheartening, she said. Roughly 20% of Chicago's 2.7 million people are foreign-born. Most come from Mexico, China, and India, according to census estimates. Racially, white, black, and Latino residents each comprise roughly one-third of the city, with a smaller number of Asian residents. A group of pastors, imams, and rabbis urge all residents this week to carry identification, film encounters, and protest. The guidance comes after the U.S. Supreme Court lifted a restraining order barring immigration authorities in Los Angeles from stopping people solely based on things including race. We will fight for this city, said Reverend Otis Moss III of Trinity United Church of Christ, the influential black church once attended by former President Barack Obama. It means he ain't gonna do shit. He ain't gonna do shit. If Obama was there, change, you ain't gonna do shit, man. You ain't gonna do shit. Anyways, let me get some precepts and close up. So this is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 4, and it says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord." And who are the modern day Egyptians today? You Americans. And that includes you Israelites, man. You Israelites that love Egypt. Because when we were coming out of ancient Egypt in the past, you still had Israelites that liked Egypt. They wanted to go back. They were still in that spirit of being an Egyptian. So you have a lot of Jakes that like Egypt. They love Egypt, and they're all about the system. So now you're given into the hand of a cruel Lord. All right, a cruel Lord. and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem El Shai of armies. That's right, and the cruel Lord starts with the elite banking families and also the president and these different authorities, right? So yes, the elite banking families and the president. And you could say Donald J. Trump, which he's down with the NWO too. And that's what the cruel Lord is bringing, man, the NWO, right? The NWO. And that's found in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. You can find that there. So it says, verse 5, and the water shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up. So that was the point, in verse 4, that cruel Lord. All right, he's coming cruel. And that's why you got to walk around with passports. That's why you got to take online classes. That's why you got to avoid certain places when you go out, because you're dealing with a cruel Lord, man. And it shows that you're not free. So this is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. I will send I'll send him against an hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. You see that? And the Assyrian, the modern day Assyrian, represents you Americans, right? Starting with the so-called white man, okay, and the ones that are of the ruling class of you Edomites. So like that includes the elite banking families and also Donald J. Trump. And that's why he created ICE, right? That's to appease the Lord's wrath, bring forth that righteous anger, man. Because this devil, man, he is the Lord's whipping stick. He's set up to smite and to hurt the tribes, the ones of you Israelites that are wicked, man. That's who he's coming after. Now it says, I will send him against an hypocritical nation. That's right, you're a very hypocritical nation, you Israelites, man. You Israelites are a bunch of hypocrites, man. Here it is, you are God's chosen people, and then you're not acting like God's chosen people. And then sometimes a lot of our people, man, they when the prophets come up, they tell the prophets to prophesy smooth things, prophesy lies. Right, they're a bunch of hypocrites. They try to say that they're God-fearing, but they don't want anything to do with God. So that makes you guys hypocrites, man. And then you turn around and complain, oh, why am I being punished like this? Why do I live in the ghetto? Why does the white man not like me? Why are we always low? It's because you're a fucking hypocrite, man. You're a hypocrite. You say you love God, but you do the exact opposite. Right? You do the exact opposite of what God wants you to do, which is you indulge in a life of crime and wickedness, man. And against the people of my wrath, and I'll give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. That's right, and that's what's getting ready to happen. You're going to be trodden down like the mire of the streets. You know what mire is? Mire is shit. It's doo-doo. It's feces. Okay? You're going to be stomped out like pieces of shit. And he's going to do it with them troops. That's why he's calling in the National Guard. Right? So the National Guard is set up to bring judgment to the nation of Israel too, because you guys are a bunch of hypocrites and you're wicked. Very wicked. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You see that? And he has but a short time to set up this NWO. And that's why he's coming down with great wrath. And he got to get rid of you Israelites, you Jakes. And he's going to do everything in his power to make sure that the NWO is set up. And he has to take you out. He has to take you out. Anybody that comes up against this system, he's going to take you out. But it just shows you how this guy is going to come down with wrath and how cruel he really is. And this is only the beginning, what you see here. Carrying passports, avoiding stores. Yeah, soon it's going to get worse. People are going to start getting shot on the spot. Getting beat down on the spot. Yeah, man. Now this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Yeah, and he that shall be saved out of it is obviously the elect that comes out of Jacob, Israel. the elect and the 144,000, they'll be saved out of it. So that's talking about the 1/3. But 66.6% of you Israelites, you gonna die, man. You gonna die during this time of trouble. Okay, that trouble means that there's gonna be martial law, obviously. There's gonna be plagues, actual plagues, like going into sicknesses and diseases you're gonna go through. You're gonna be thrown into concentration camps. You're going to have to be chipped, right? You're going to be put through the guillotines. Yeah, all these bad things are going to happen to you, Jake. Then you got to avoid You got to avoid the missiles, destruction, and things of that nature. Yeah, that's all going to come to you. Your time of trouble. Last one. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. That's right. Michael is not Yahushua, by the way. This is not talking about who you ignorantly called Jesus. Michael is an archangel. He's one of the 7. So he's a chief angel, man. Anyways, it says, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. So, hey, this trouble is going to be a type of trouble that mankind has never experienced before. And that's what you're going to go through. It's good that we have little things like this. This is to prepare you in the spirit, to show you what's out there for you. But we know it's going to be a lot worse. So we know that this devil, his wrath is going to be heavy. It's going to be very, very, very destructive in these last days. But anyways, it says here, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Yeah, that's right. The ones of you that are right, you're going to get salvation, man. You're going to be found written in the book. That means you're going to be beamed up into them ships, and your bodies is going to be changed. And that's for the elect. Anybody outside of that, you're pretty much cooked. You're toast. So anyways, man, I hope this was edifying. Just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that do teach you on, that have taught me this truth. This is the voice of Jacob. My name is Brother Kabar Allah. Lord willing, this was edifying. Kwame Ashala Baba Bal. Shalom.